Alright, we are now reading Dr. Stone chapter 91. Towards the agricultural revolution, they found some wheat using their new ground plus air surveying system. Now they're going to get that bread. This will be fun. It's kind of surprising that it took them so long to kind of get back to bread, given that they made ramen and stuff before. But more agricultural, mass-produced, building up gigantic food supplies for their voyage and stuff. That's a little different. That's a whole different scale. The king of storable food. We're making bread. And they have a little anpan man. Bread, bread, bread. People have no bread, then let them make it from wheat. Like if they won't eat bread. Oh yeah, Twizzlings of Rose Marie Antoinette quote of let them eat cake. So Marie Antoinette is supposed to have said during the French Revolution when being told that the people were starving, they don't even have bread, she said, then let them eat cake. And this is supposed to be a sign of just how out of touch the French royalty were with the suffering of the common people, that she understood it to be like, oh, they don't get to eat bread. Well, I guess they'll just have to eat some of their cake, when no, they only ever had bread. Yeah, you get it. But I don't think she actually said it. I think it's just a totally made up quote. Anyways, so setting on a grand journey in the great age of sail, you'll need a huge amount of storable food. You'll never get there if you don't have bread. All right, I like this little illustration. Ryusui in the back, looking not at all impressed with this humble vessel he's been in charge of. Their real ship, I think, is going to be much more bounteous. Here we see them heading back with some sheaves of wheat. A nice look at the strength tiers. Kohaku with like 12 bundles, Chrome with 2, and Senku struggling with 1. As someone who has carried a lot of wheat bales in their life, 1 bale is pretty good. I'm happy I can comfortably lift 1 bale. A lot of people, you know, they go for the 2, trying to show off. I can kind of do 2 if they're like stacked, but I can't do the 2 solo, like 1 arm each. I don't think you can go much further than that. Anyways, brioche, sfogolatella, pain au chocolat. These are some French pastries, of course. The names of your special attack or something. Brioche. Oh, baby, hardtack. Oh, great. Hardtack, of course, being a super dependable, long-lasting bread. The stuff that they put in military rations, and that you can still eat if you eat those rations much later. Never really knew what made hardtack so much much more longer lasting than anything else. And I still don't, skimming this Wikipedia article. I guess because it's just flour and water, that it doesn't have anything else, and it's just the absence of other things that can spoil, and it's not that it has something in it that makes it not spoil. I don't know. Anyways, I don't think I've ever actually eaten hardtack. You can make them. I'm the world's greediest man after all. So he's gonna through more of his oil advances to get fancy breads. But sure. Agriculture. Humans planting seeds and looking after the plants. Using the power of science to grow our own food. Kohaku is just like, I could have thought of that. Why didn't I think of that? How do we get so I could do water here? Ooh, he's making yet another outpost. Senku settling the land again. It's time to make a farming village too. The Kanto Plains. Taiju and the Gorilla team can handle the dirty work. The Gorilla team. Ooh. Piece together a ton of the statues. So the Gorilla team currently occupied by bringing statues back to the cave. Yuzuriha stitching them together piece by piece by piece. But yeah, she's got a good point. You don't really want to just revive people willy-nilly. You got to kind of keep pace with the amount of food that you can provide. So I just go older, we won't be able to repair them anymore. Ooh. So I cart and collect even more food. Well, good, because you're going to be a farmer. You got horses in your cart just like a farmer. Using wisdom and strength, we will create our own supply of food. Taiju knows what that means. It means for him to get out the hoe. It's time to plow, buddy. Yeah, here we go. Plowing up a storm. Whoa, she wove him a cowboy hat, like a little rancher's hat. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, they often say the plow, the horse-driven plow, is like the invention, more than any other, that really set humans out apart from all other animals and began our destiny, which has now ended. I'm gonna say ended some 20,000-ish years later, with me sitting here reading manga. Anyways, yeah, the plow, the ability to cultivate land much more easily than with a hand tool. So let's get inventing that. But they don't really have domesticated animals yet. That's one of the ones that like humans were kind of doing in parallel to like a lot of more nomadic pre-civilization living. So that when they kind of started settling down and doing agriculture and stuff, they already had kind of animal power with them. Whereas in Dr. Stone, all of the animals have gone totally back to wild. It's going to take a long, long time to get through there. The food supply leader's crown. Who would everyone possibly have? This food supply king. Whoever works hardest to create the most wheat fields, right? Wow. Wow. Again, of course, taking what was supposed to be just like a gift has decided to just abuse human nature yet again. Two people I can think of. Magma and Yo. Yo, even though he's from the modern era, being a complete dunce, falling for this sort of thing easily. I thought Taiju was going to be Food King. Oh well. They're really making the fields. No need to worry about me. King of straightforward, hard, honest work. Perfect for farming. Absolutely unbeatable when it comes to stuff like this. Oh. Oh man, I didn't know that. Taiju's parents passed away when I was young. I feel like, alright, so this is my feeling about this series. And I think it's a real strength of it that they were able to adapt this way. That originally it was going to be much more about Senkyu, Taiju, and Yuzuriha as like a trio. And then they were like, wait a minute, wouldn't this be a lot more fun if there was people that like didn't already know all of this stuff? That weren't just like, alright, great, a cell phone. Okay. You know? And then they got the idea of like, oh, we should have the village. Oh, we can do all of this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then the scope of the series and the direction it took changed because of that. So I wonder if this is like a detail from back when Taiju was going to be more of a major character, that his parents had died. And then they're like, well, you know, we can still use that. Like, this is still really nice. This is amazing. This is the power of manga as a genre, I think. This adaptability, the way that week by week they can look at what's working, what isn't working, and change based on that. That's so cool. Swear I'll save everyone else's families. Grow mounds and mounds of food. Bring the whole world back to life. These tiny seeds, I can do it. Wheat and bread will be our beginning. Hell yeah. How nice. How nice. The agricultural age begins. So this is a pretty significant time skip that just happened here. Normally the pace of the story is pretty hectic. Stuff is just like happening, boom, boom, boom. But it kind of looks like things are going to slow down for a bit. That when Senkyu said about, yeah, it'll take us a couple years to find oil, maybe he wasn't kidding. Or, well, obviously he wasn't kidding, but maybe he wasn't even wrong. That we're going to have this whole agricultural arc. Of course, this wheat is taking a while to grow. That's just how plants work. Some plants over here too. Ah, that's right, that's right. He made himself a little bit of fertilizer. Very clever. Question, question, steep piece of paper in it. Litmus test paper. Oh. Ingman, your soil turned red. Too acidic. Wheat won't grow in acidic soil. Sprinkling lime brought the soil into harmony. Ah. This kingdom of science's special technique, trial and error. Oh, that's so cool. And that makes sense too. Senkyu didn't want to tell them, oh, start fertilizing like this and this and this. It's better to actually just try with the soil you have. See how the plant takes to it. Oh, so cool. It's agriculture. Agriculture from the very start. I love it. And Taiju gets the hat. Of course Taiju gets the hat. The king of food production. Oh, what a nice shot. They're treating these characters so nice. Even though they were away for so long, they're still special, you know? They're making time for all of these characters to be special. That's something really important in a series like this that's going to stretch on and on and on with a bigger and bigger cast. Ah, look at Farmer Boy here. Look at his wheat fields. I'm no professional chef here. Always doing his best, though. Life goods are as important. In reality, during the Great Age of Sail, the bread they brought on their voyages was so rock hard and disgusting they could only eat it as a last preparation before death. Well, the food supply. Alright, let's see their bread. I think it's going to be pretty underwhelming for them. Going to be kind of a hardened lump. Unleavened. They still don't have wheat. Yup. It's... All the Stone Age people are going nuts. Primitive tongues are just far too refined. Oh. Dang. Nice bread. Nice bread. We need to awaken a pro chef now. This kind of feels like One Piece, you know? This idea of like, out of need, we're having to recruit people. We need a chef. We need a chef. So let's go to the floating restaurant, Bharati. Oh boy. All right. They got bread. That's exciting. So are they actually going to revive somebody? Are we going to get a new character next chapter? It's exciting. But what about the yeast? I still want to know. What is up with yeast? How do you find it? How do you make it? Where did we find it so long ago? It seems crazy to me that we just got it somehow. We just acquired this microorganism that's now our tool forevermore. All right, we will read chapter 92 next. Oh, these faces are so good. They cannot eat another bite of this burnt up poopy bread that they made. All right. See you next time.